Hey everybody, what's up? Good day. I hope you guys are having a nice day. It's kind of cloudy over here. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a walking scattered video just because I actually just dropped off my car to get some work done on it. So I'm going back to the studio now. Just figured I'd take a step and remind everybody, well, first of all, welcome anybody who doesn't know me from the markets and trading, which we all know can be huge highs and huge lows depending on what side you're on. But you know, other people obviously know me from the music industry, and usually I'm in the studio, and that reminds me how small or big small things can make such a huge impact in our trading and just the way we look at everything in life. Sometimes you don't realize just how heavy you make yourself. I know that happens to me often, and sometimes I have to pull myself back, and I feel so heavy, like there's so much of a weight on me, usually because there's so much going on, so much stress, so many uncertainties. You know, I'm sure that we all don't have millions sitting in the bank, so finance is always an issue. Even if we do have that money, we're trading it and we don't want to lose it, and at the same time we don't want to take it out and use it. You know, we want it to grow, you know, so there's that ever stress of keeping that alive and keeping that going and growing. And if that's not your career, whatever your career is, you know, no matter how much you like it, it can be tough. Just on a day-to-day basis, even the good days can have some stress. Simple things like, you know, having to take care of your health, or, you know, simple things like the car I'm dealing with right now. You know, it's stress that weighs on you, and sometimes it's amazing when you just take a deep breath and remove yourself from the situation. You can accomplish so much more because you look at it so differently. When I dropped off the car, for example, that's what made me say, you know what, let me do this video. I dropped off the car. I've been putting it off for, I want to say weeks, but months. You know, it's been so it drives, but it's been so loud ever since the winter. You know, it's been so loud. I don't know if the exhaust fell off or had holes in it, but regardless, I just let it be and just drove around. It's so loud that even cops were pulling me over just for being so loud. So finally I'm like, you know, this is getting absurd. Plus I want to do some traveling, so I you know, broke down and brought it into the shop. And I knew it would be a few $100s to fix, not a big deal, but you know, who wants to spend any money? But it didn't matter. You know, once they told me what the problem was, said they could fix it and they'd do it right now, I thanked them, I walk away, and here I am now. And it's the simplest thing, you know, just taking care of that simple thing. And it's not even done yet, and I have to pay for it still. But so much was lifted off of me, you know, and I have a bunch of trades waiting at home. I didn't want to leave them. I don't like leaving my trades with stop losses when it's so volatile right now, but I did. So I had that stress on me anyway. And I'm thinking about all that stuff, but just because that one piece was removed, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much brighter. I can think about things better. I can explain to myself, hey, this is how you're gonna handle this situation. This is how you're gonna handle this trade. This is how you're gonna handle your son later on when you gotta deal with him. You know, all different life aspects I'm able to deal with on a better level, let's just say. And all because I'm looking at things from a different perspective, because I removed some sort of weight from me. You know, the lighter you are, the better results you're gonna have in almost anything. I think about all the times that I am performing, or I'm just at a show, or I'm enjoying myself out and about, where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in my surroundings. I know everybody, or if I don't know anybody, I trust everybody. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's enjoying the music, let's just say, or I'm playing and I'm loving my set and everyone's enjoying it too. Well, everything becomes so light. You know, like, there's not a problem in the world. Even if I'm not feeling good that day, or I'm having an issue, or something's going on at home, it's just lifted because I'm almost like in another place, and all that weight is lifted off me. And anything that I was able to take care of prior to that moment helps me and benefits me even more because I'm freer and lighter. Therefore, I can give more of myself to the crowd, to my results, whether it's in trading, whether it's in music, whether it's in relationships. It works across the board. Career, just something to think about as we're reaching 10,000 with Bitcoin, and we all should be pretty excited. I know I am, even as a, and I hate to say this, but as sort of a kind of maximalist. You know, I do have, I'm ashamed to say almost, I do have a few bags I've been holding of a few alts, just because I couldn't get rid of them in time, simply because I had to get them off of a particular exchange that couldn't handle my country anymore. And in that period of time, I wasn't able to sell them for a good enough profit, so now I'm left holding them. A big mistake, you know, and I'm kicking myself for it because there's huge losses associated with that. And I'm gonna think about this more as I go into the future, but we need to think about opportunity costs. And of course, you can always say, you know what, my asset's gonna go back up, that crypto is gonna go back up, I just gotta give it more time now. Now, instead of it being a month, it's gonna take 3 months or 3 years or worse. But when you think like that, you need to go one step further and say, hey, don't forget the opportunity cost. Don't forget how much time is going by and what better use that funding could have done for a different trade or a different asset. Again, just think about that as you're holding a certain asset. You know, sometimes you're better off cutting your losses, even when they're deep. I know it's tough with the crypto because it keeps bouncing back up, and you have that thought like, you know what, it's gonna keep going, so let me hold it a little bit longer, and then it drops more. And then you're like, wait, it can't go any lower. It can't go any lower. Well, wait a minute, it sure can. And there's not enough fundamentals or even true work going on to validate the kind of interest and volume that these cryptocurrencies need to get to the point and level of Bitcoin, because the truth is they're all being used, at least at this point, in this stage, they're all being used to increase people's Bitcoin. It's not like it used to be where you were trying to hold that coin and, you know, believed in it to a degree and it grew and the news bounced it up. No, that's not the case anymore. Now it's at a truly direct correlation with Bitcoin, you know, meaning, well, I shouldn't even say correlation, but the correlation is that if Bitcoin goes up, those alts go down heavy. If Bitcoin goes down, those altcoins, all of them, more or less, even the top ones, go down heavy. And just like Bitcoin goes up and goes down heavy, but those altcoins, they go down heavier each time. So that's double the down. So down when it went up, 20%, down when it went down, 20%. And that keeps happening. And then of course, all the while, they make 15% gains here and 10 and 15% gains there. But if you add up all the, boom, 25%, 20% downs from all the Bitcoin rises and Bitcoin falls, you're talking about a lot of losses. And you know, I've been through that, as anybody that's followed me knows. And as you see, I still haven't learned my lesson because I dabbled again. Let's not forget how high Bitcoin dominance is, and I believe it will stay there for a while, and it should. You know, Bitcoin is a very important asset to this entire class. So, you know, it needs the respect that it deserves, and the institutions are not, and the big players and even the people, they're not looking at these cryptocurrencies. like they once were, and the new people certainly won't. The new institutions certainly won't. They're going to be looking at Bitcoin. That's it. They might add a few of the smaller ones as time goes by, as you see some of these funds grabbing onto Ethereum Classic and Ethereum and EOS, few of them, Litecoin, yeah, but they still cannot compare to Bitcoin because they're not at that level, you know, and they're just not. Even the ones that have been along as long as Bitcoin, they're just not. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna be on my way and head in. I wish everybody a wonderful day. Much love to the crew and collective. I appreciate all your support. Any questions, just contact me directly or leave a message below and I'll certainly get back to you. Peace. Back. Less than a half hour later. Minimal cost compared to what I thought it would be, but still enough. But still, the relief is amazing. The car's running perfect like new again. I can't believe I let that hold on my head so long. But it's done. And it's taken care of. And now I can go back home and trade. Work on a little music for this weekend. And watch the coins go up, I hope. You know, so I can get rid of them. That's the plan. The plan is do what I can to get these cryptos to go up a little bit so I can dump them, but at the same time just continue to trade Bitcoin like a madman, meaning only taking the opportunities. Don't go into any trades that you're not prepared for. Definitely enter with where you know you want to enter. You can add a little bit when you know it's going in the right direction, but don't add to your losses, and know where you're getting out. You know, put in something. You know, don't just hope it's gonna go up and assume for the best. Have an exact plan of action, just like you would anything else. You'll sleep better, you'll have better results, and you'll be happier in the end. And everyone around you will be happier too, because they'll notice the difference. So that's it for now. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still feeling good, and the market's still doing incredible. The Bitcoin's hanging around 9,800 and cruising on up. I think it might take a little bit of a cooler around 10,000 and might pull back a little bit. Not one of the big pullbacks, because I think it might just fly right through there. You know, like it might just, you know, the resistance isn't that crazy. You know, it's more of a psychological resistance both times, because it was new the first time up, and it was fairly new the second time coming down, and this is brand new territory now. You know, so you know, and the people that were buying in at that time were different people. So it's hard to look at it the same way that the market was then. Everything has changed, and I think that's why we're seeing such fast-paced action right now, is because everyone's slowly or quickly realizing things have changed. You know, and there will always be opportunities. I don't think that this means that there's no more opportunities. You know, there will be plenty. So don't FOMO into anything, especially right now. Now is not the time to be FOMOing into anything. Either you're in, or you're waiting until the next opportunity. You know, don't make that mistake that people do time and time again. I know I've done it so many times until I learned my lesson. You know, once I'm done with a successful trade or unsuccessful trade. If it's an unsuccessful trade, I'm so quick to get back into a trade because I want to get that money back. Oh my God, I got to get back. And then if it was a good, successful trade, I'm like, I want to do that again. Let me get back in. Where's the market going? Without really properly planning out the action, you know, looking at those charts, seeing what's going on, and charting it, and putting those numbers down, writing them down. And to me, that's the important part. To me, write it down. Not that that necessarily confirms anything, but it feels good. It shows you, it makes you feel if it's right or wrong, and usually you're like, oh, that sounds wrong, that looks right, that looks wrong, and then you put that into the computer, You put that into your trading platform, and I'm not saying set it and forget it. You're gonna alter it, you're gonna change it a little bit here and there, but don't go crazy. Just have a plan of action, and don't jump into the market at any point. That's today's advice, my friends. Sending lots of love, always. Kind vibes from Kind Crypto, from Kind Recordings. Peace.